So if you go to Skynet Live, you can see which telescopes are operating. So if you want an image, if you want an image, pick a telescope that's open. Okay. So if you're trying to do it live, pick a telescope that's open. So we can see that prompts 3, 4, and 5 are online tonight, and Gort is online. It's the sun is 65 degrees above the horizon, so it's going to be a while.
If it's blank, it's not active.
Right. Now, the Yerkes one, we will be putting online. I have to do something in the control room. I have to grant permission and turn it over to Skynet, but I will be. But right now, the prompt telescopes, the sun's not set yet, but they are taking darks. So you can see what's going on. So I like to go see what's going on and what the telescopes are doing, and it tells you what the observation is over there. So if you put in an image, you can see, especially if you put in your name next to the image, then everybody knows it's taking your image, including yourself. Okay, so that's one important thing. Now, go back. Then I like to look at recent images. So these will show you what everybody else has been observing. Now these were all like 11 hours ago. So somebody's observing a supernova in this galaxy. So this is kind of really fun, and you get ideas for what you might want to observe. All these PGC images, this is a group in Chile of amateurs that have time on Skynet. And I'm thinking for, our teachers in Chile, they find out who these amateurs are, because maybe there's some links there. Anyway, that shows you some recent images. You can also look by telescope, so you can see what are the most recent images that the Yerkes 41 did. Now, right before we closed down, the tracking went off, and I think what happened is it was going to Andromeda, and Andromeda, then when it flew back, I don't know, the tracking went off for some reason or other. But anyway, here's the classic, let's take a picture of the middle of Andromeda with the satellite. And then there were a bunch of SSIG images. So this is my favorite star right here. And it compares to this one and these over here. So we just kind of have a series in there all the time. And then Rich DeCoster likes to look at this XX thing, and I'm not exactly sure which one is XX. But now, once in a while, the Yerkes telescope does this. And I'm sorry, and I don't know how to fix it. Maybe somebody will figure out how to fix it, but they're in the gears. It just does this every so often. So if this happens, just put your request in again, or enjoy the blobby picture.
Vivian, that's actually reassuring me.
You like that? We do this just to reassure Rich.
More often than I think you do.
Rich,
I don't know.
That's a little more bizarre than yours, though. It's a little dumbbell.
Stuff like that.
Would that be like backlash?
No, it's something going on in the gears.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes in the gear teeth.
But this makes it seem very live. It is, recent images. You can see what's going on. So I like to look at those two things. Okay. I wanted to show you, I also want to show you how you, so this observation manager, I think that Rob showed you this, and he's not here to defend himself right now, but this is where you add an observation. Did you get that before? That little tiny button. It took me a couple months to find it, actually. They showed it to me because I couldn't remember where it was. So this little tiny button at the top is where you add your observation. So you saw this window before. I won't go over that. But that's how you get to it under Observation Manager. Then after you have an observation and you want to look at them, go to ones that are complete, right? So I have no idea what this looks like, but we'll see if they're any good. But this is how you look. You can preview them. I should show you something pretty. I'm pretty sure these are pretty. Okay, so I go here. I can download them all in a zipped file. I can download them one at a time. I can click and look at a JPEG. Oh, that isn't pretty. Okay. So now I know I don't want to bother. Oops. Stop sharing. All right, share desktop. Okay. Sorry. Hey, Peggy, are you still there?
I'm still there. It's okay.
How do I,
You want to put the minus on the far right.
far right, that's what I want to click? But I need to get off of this. Okay. So why does it always turn out on a crummy image that you do that? Okay. Go back to Observation Manager. So let's just say, yeah, do you see it? Okay, all right. Okay, so here are preview the images, and now you can see this gorgeous image of the Dumbbell Nebula that we took last week. Isn't it beautiful? That's with the blue filter, and there's another. We took the blue ones over because they were blobby, but we have red and green ones also of this, and luminance filters ones.
How would you rate them compared to the 24-inch images?
They're about the same right now because our mirror is crummy, but they're going to be much better when we...
This is a bigger CCD?
They're both the same. We got new CCDs complements of the master's program. Kevin?
Did you show them the class?
Okay, all right. Under calibration images, this is how you find flats and darks. And if you're going to do automatic calibration, like with Maxim, the flats, you have to change in the header. You have to change light frame to flat frame for now. But anyway, this is how you find the flats. Yeah, like look at how ugly they are. You want that junk out of your image.
Wow.
Okay, but that's true for all cameras. They all have junk in them.
What would that be? Like dust on the...
Yeah, it's dust on the optics. It's dust on the optics. It's inconsistencies in the detector.
How often do you do flats?
Every day. So you do them. If your telescope is open at dusk, they're done at dusk. Last night they were interrupted because of the GRB.
Right.
Now, to subtract these, though, you can't do it yourself to J. You do it in
I know. Wouldn't it be nice if we could calibrate images in Salsa J?
But you just need a median plug-in, right?
No, I mean, no.
Subtract them in Salsa J.
No.
Yeah, I can.
But you can't do a batch.
You actually divide by the flat.
Right. You can do it by hand. Luckily, Subaru does calibrate using software engine seekers for it. They have to divide bias.
Okay, now I'm going to switch gears and show you logging into Afterglow. So you would type skynet.unc.edu and Afterglow, and you can use whatever password you want to. Now, if you type Yerkes, HOU, there's only a few images in there. but I'm just showing you M1 web. Okay, so log in, and then you have this looks like a regular application. You have an open. You can look at the sample images. They're really good. But if you look at my workspace, and we look at Saturn, and then we just pick a Saturn picture, it opens up. Now, you can put this little hand and you can move it around just like on Google Sky. But it doesn't look like much, does it? So to change the brightness, go to Window and Histogram, and just, you've got Z-Scale and Min-Max. If we click on Min-Max, now it looks a lot more like Saturn. Now this is an out-of-focus picture. It's not my telescope.
Now you did it really fast and people didn't follow with you. You want people following with?
Sure. You mean on their own computer?
Yeah.
Well, in the, I think, sure, if they want to. How many people want to follow along, or would you just rather see it and do it later? See it and do it later? Okay, so either Z-Scale takes you kind of to a more, you see dim parts of the image, and Min-Max lets you see the bright parts of the image. Okay,
Does it have a contrast bar?
it doesn't have a bar. You can change these numbers,
Okay.
and then as soon as you change them, it changes. But it doesn't have a contrast bar. But this is all online, nothing installed on your computer.
That is just brightness. There's no contrast control at all.
Well,
That's like the old HOU.
This is Min-Max.
Min-Max, yeah.
yeah, it's like
Similar to.
it's similar. Like I said, they have a whole wish list of things on there of what they want to do. And I'm putting together a document of, on our wish list, so anything you're wishing about, you can tell me about. But if you're writing grants, put in more programmers. We always need more programmers. Okay. You can also do things like measure. So you can, and it does measure in arc seconds, or, let's see, there's the moon, probably tight in the center, and so your measurement comes up in this case, arc minutes, 3.14 arc minutes, or 319 pixels. So it reads the header to find out what the pixel scale is. And you can also label, and you can do a bunch of things in here. So you can do batch photometry, make the movie, label the picture. Okay. Now I'm going to use a different screen to show you. Okay, so here's that nebula. You can flip it different ways. Okay, this is kind of scary. You can, it seems to me like you can open a DSS image. Where is that, Kevin?
You like the
File, open DSS image. So I really shouldn't do this like this. No. Anyway, there's a way for you to open a comparative image. Leave it at that. There is a photometry tool. So here's the photometry tool. So you can click on one star and another star. And here's an example where Kevin said, originally they had this so that these are relative magnitudes. So if you know the magnitude of one star, you can do the differential stuff and get the magnitude of the star you're looking at. But Kevin asked if they would also give us counts. So there's also flux here for counts. So we make the kids figure out their own magnitudes. Any comments about that, Kevin?
There are some tutorials out there that you want to see that are using Excel.
Yes. So, let's see, this is my favorite star, like I said, and this is a case where, let's see, I think I already did this.
When you do photometry, does it hit the center of the star, or does it go off wherever you click?
I think it goes to the center of the star.
What's off center to me?
Well,
There's you can choose.
yeah.
There's like an action button where you can choose whether you're excited or
Okay.
Yeah, I can't see all my windows.